Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Meritorious devotees, today we are going to listen to a very beautiful sutta from the middle-length discourses of the Supreme Buddha. On one occasion, the Blessed One was living at Rajagaha in the bamboo grove, the squirrel's sanctuary. Now on that occasion, the Venerable Sariputta was wandering in the southern hills with a large sangha of bhikkhus. Then a certain bhikkhu who had spent the rains at Rajagaha went to the Venerable Sariputta in the southern hills and exchanged greetings with Sariputta Bhante. So a monk was coming from another place who spent rainy retreat there. And this monk met Sariputta Bhante. And that Bhante paid homage to the Sariputta Bhante and talked about the rains retreat. When this courteous and amiable talk was finished, that Bhante sat down at one side, and Venerable Sariputta Bhante asked that monk, "Is the Blessed One well and strong, friend?" So that monk had spent rains. Do you know the meaning of rains? Like monks have to stay in one place for the 4-month period of rainy season without wandering, without traveling. So that Bhante had spent his rainy retreat with the Supreme Buddha at Rajagaha monastery. So Sariputta Bhante didn't see the Supreme Buddha for 4 months. So Sariputta Bhante asked, is the Blessed One well and strong? Is the Blessed One doing well? Is the Blessed One healthy? And like that. And that monk answered, the Blessed One is well and strong, friend. Friend means also. That is how in the time of the Buddha, the monks addressed each other. Then the Sariputta Bhante asked, is the Sangha of bhikkhus well and strong, friend? How about other monks? Because Sariputta Bhante is the leader of all the whole community of monks, the chief disciple of the Supreme Buddha. Sariputta Bhante advises other monks, instructs them, teaches the Dhamma, helps to protect their monkhood. So Sariputta Bhante asked, is the Sangha of bhikkhus well and strong? The Sangha of bhikkhus too is well and strong, friend. That monk replied. Then Sariputta Bhante asked, friend. There is a Brahmin, actually he was a friend of Sariputta Bhante, named Dhananjani. A Brahmin named Dhananjani living at the Tandula Phala Gate, a name of that city, close to Rajagaha city, where Supreme Buddha stayed. Is that Brahmin Dhananjani well and strong? And that monk answered, Bhante, that Brahmin Dhananjani too is well and strong. Then Sariputta Bhante asked, is he diligent? Is Dhananjani Brahmin diligent? What's the meaning of that question? Diligent. What did Sariputta Bhante ask? Yes, how does he practice the Dhamma? How does he practice the Dhamma? Does he practice the Dhamma diligently, earnestly, and giving the top priority to the Dhamma practice? Or is he very lazy or negligent? Does he miss meritorious opportunities to practice this Dhamma? Is he busy? How is he doing? How does he practice the Dhamma? Then that Bhante answered, how could he be diligent, friend? How could he practice the Dhamma well? He plunders Brahmin householders in the name of the king, and he plunders the king in the name of the Brahmin householders. That means he serves near the king, and it is his job, and he steals others' wealth in order to make the king happy. And then he cheats others, saying lies. And then he steals king's property, wealth. So, does he practice 5 precepts? No. He is earning money through wrong livelihood. That was the answer. So that means he doesn't practice the Dhamma diligently. He doesn't care about precepts, wholesome deeds, karma. And that other Bhante added, his wife, who had faith and came from a family with faith, Shraddha, has died. He had a very good wife from a very devoted family, the disciples of the Buddha, and she also was a disciple of the Supreme Buddha. She had a very confidence in the Supreme Buddha, but she has died. And he has taken another wife, a woman without faith, who comes from a family without faith. And he married again, and that wife is without Shraddha. So now think about that association, how association affects the person's wholesome practice. Now when there was that good wife, faithful wife, with Shraddha, respecting the Supreme Buddha, she might have helped her husband to collect lots of merits, to follow precepts, to do wholesome activities. But now he doesn't have that association anymore. Now he is associating with that other wife who is without faith. So now he completely has stopped doing meritorious deeds and wholesome practice. So it's a great loss for that husband. And then Sariputta Bhante was not happy about that. This is bad news that we hear, friend. It is bad news indeed to hear that the Brahmin Dhananjani has become negligent. Negligent means he doesn't practice the Dhamma well. He does bad things. He breaks precepts. Perhaps sometime or other we might meet the Brahmin Dhananjani and have some conversation with him. And then Sariputta Bhante wanted to meet him in the near future. Because Sariputta Bhante had compassion, right, on that Brahmin. Maybe a relative of the Sariputta Bhante. Then having stayed in the southern hills as long as Sariputta Bhante chose, Sariputta Bhante set out to wander towards Rajagaha. Now where is Brahmin Dhananjani living? Rajagaha city. And now Sariputta Bhante is traveling towards Rajagaha city. Wandering by stages, he eventually arrived at Rajagaha, and there Bhante lived in the bamboo grove squirrel sanctuary. Then, now where is Sariputta Bhante? At Rajagaha in the Veluvana monastery. Then Brahmin Dhananjani also is living in the same village. Then when it was morning, the Venerable Sariputta, dressed and taking his bowl and outer robe, went into Rajagaha for alms. Now at that time, the Brahmin Dhananjani was having his cows milked in a cowshed outside the city. So Brahmin Dhananjani had a herd of cows and he was milking at that time. So when Sariputta Bhante had wandered for alms in Rajagaha and had returned from his alms round after his meal, Bhante went to the Brahmin Dhananjani. See how compassionate Sariputta Bhante is? Now he is going to meet Brahmin Dhananjani to his own residence in order to help him to escape from hell, to escape from falling into a bad destination. That is why this compassion. Then Brahmin Dhananjani saw Sariputta Bhante coming in the distance. And he went to Sariputta Bhante and said, "Drink some of this fresh milk, Master Sariputta." So he had some faith in Sariputta Bhante. He wanted to offer some fresh milk, like he was milking. Until it is time for the meal, Master Sariputta, drink some of this fresh milk. And Sariputta Bhante replied, "Enough, Brahmin. I have finished my meal for today. I shall be at the root of that tree for the day's abiding. You may come there." Sariputta Bhante told, "No, I don't need to drink milk because already I have had my dana. So, but I came here to say something else. I'm going to spend my day under the root of that tree. Please come there, and can you come there to meet me?" "Yes, sir," Brahmin replied. And then after he had eaten his morning meal, the Brahmin Dhananjani went to the Sariputta Bhante and exchanged greetings with Bhante. When this courteous and amiable talk was finished, he sat down at one side and Sariputta Bhante asked him, "Are you diligent, Dhananjani? Do you practice the Dhamma well? Do you keep precepts? Do you observe 8 precepts, Uposatha? Do you earn money with right livelihood, honestly?" How can we be diligent, Master Sariputta? No, I don't practice the Dhamma well. When we have to support our parents, our wife and children, and our slaves, servants, and workers, when we have to do our duty towards our friends and companions, towards our kinsmen and relatives, towards our guests, towards our departed ancestors, towards the deities, and towards the king, we have been very busy because we have to earn money to support these people, the family, the relatives, friends, and everybody. And we have to pay tax to the king, and so we have to earn money. We need lots of money, so we don't have time to practice the Dhamma. And when this body must also be refreshed and nourished, that means we have to enjoy ourselves with sensual pleasures. We have to find money to buy delicious food, and we need time to do exercises, right? That's the meaning of like just living a comfortable life. So his idea was that when he had to earn lots of money, enjoy sensual pleasures, there is no way to practice the Dhamma because he has to earn money by any means, even by doing unwholesome things. Then Sariputta Bhante wanted to help him and asked him these questions. What do you think, Dhananjani? Suppose someone here were to behave contrary to the Dhamma, to behave unrighteously. He earns money doing bad things for the sake of his parents, because he told that I have to support my parents, so I need money. Okay. And then because of such behavior, that person will be born in hell because he didn't keep precepts. What do you think? The wardens of hell were to drag him off to hell. Now he is in hell. Would he be able to free himself by pleading thus? It was for the sake of my parents that I behaved contrary to the Dhamma, that I behaved unrighteously. I did all these bad things to support my parents, for the sake of my parents. So let not the wardens of hell, the people who give punishment, drag me off to hell. Let not they drag me off to hell. Can you plead like this? Can you tell those people in hell who are about to punish you? Or would his parents be able to free him by pleading thus? It was for our sake that he behaved contrary to the Dhamma, that he behaved unrighteously. So let not the wardens of hell drag him off to hell. What do you think, Dhananjani? No, Master Gautama. Even while he was crying out, the wardens of hell would fling him into hell. No. He won't be able to escape from hell by saying, no, forgive me and release me. I did all these bad things to support my parents. Will that work that way? No. Still he will be dragged into hell. Sariputta Bhante asked him again, what do you think, Dhananjani? Suppose someone here were to behave contrary to the Dhamma, to behave unrighteously for the sake of his wife and children. Like he did bad things, earned money unrighteously in order to buy delicious food and to send his children to schools, to give them happy things. He behaved unrighteously for the sake of his slaves, servants, and workers, for the sake of his friends and companions, for the sake of his kinsmen and relatives, for the sake of his guests, for the sake of his departed relatives, for the sake of the deities, for the sake of the king. When the wardens of hell are trying to take him to hell, can he make excuses saying, please don't take me to hell, I did these bad things for the sake of my wife and children? Will they listen to him? No. I did all these bad things for the sake of my servants and workers, for the sake of my friends and relatives, for the sake of the king. Will they release him? No. And can you say, I did these bad things. I had to earn money unrighteously for the sake of refreshing and nourishing this body to enjoy sensual pleasures. I wanted to live happily, looking at others who enjoy themselves. That is why I needed lots of money and I earned money unrighteously. Please don't take me to hell. Or his wife, children, relatives, friends, guests, the king could say, no, don't take this person to hell. He did these things to support us. He earned money unrighteously for the sake of all of us. Will that work in that way? Sariputta Bhante asked. No, Master Sariputta. Even while he was crying out, the wardens of hell would fling him into hell. They will throw that evildoer into hell. No excuses. Isn't this a good lesson? Like in the human world, when we do bad things, sometimes we tend to say, no, I had to do this in order to support that person. I didn't want to do this, but I had to do. Sometimes we get some relief in the human world. We can justify some of our evil deeds, saying that I did these things for the sake of others. Sometimes people do such things in the human world. But in terms of falling into a bad destination, and in the presence of the King Yama, in the presence of the wardens of hell, no one can say like that. Sariputta Bhante preached the Dhamma further. What do you think, Dhananjani? Who is the better? One who for the sake of his parents behaves contrary to the Dhamma, behaves unrighteously, or one who for the sake of his parents behaves according to the Dhamma, behaves righteously? Who is the better? There are two persons. One behaves unrighteously to support his parents. One earns money in a wrong way to support his parents, and the other one earns money in a good way, righteously to support his parents. Who is the better? And Dhananjani Brahmin answered, Master Sariputta, the one who for the sake of his parents behaves contrary to the Dhamma, behaves unrighteously, is not the better. Now he knows the truth, but it was difficult for him to follow the Dhamma. He knew the Dhamma because he didn't have time to associate with Kalyana Mithas, and even he didn't have good support from his family. Like his wife was not good, so he didn't have that good environment. But he knew the Dhamma. The one who for the sake of his parents behaves according to the Dhamma, behaves righteously, is the better, Bhante. Then Sariputta Bhante explained, Dhananjani, there are other kinds of work, profitable and in accordance with the Dhamma, by means of which one can support one's parents and at the same time both avoid doing evil and practice merit. So why don't you look for another job, another occupation? There are many other good jobs by which you can earn lots of money, profitable, and you won't break precepts. At the same time, you can collect merit and support your parents. Supreme Sariputta Bhante suggested, and he listened to that advice very humbly. Again Sariputta Bhante asked, what do you think, Dhananjani? Who is the better? One who for the sake of his wife and children, for the sake of his slaves, servants and workers, for the sake of his friends and companions, for the sake of his kinsmen and relatives, for the sake of his guests, for the sake of his departed ancestors, for the sake of the deities, for the sake of the king, behaves unrighteously, or one who for the sake of other people behaves righteously? Who is the better? Again, Dhananjani Brahmin answered, Master Sariputta, the one who for the sake of other people behaves unrighteously is not the better. The one who for the sake of other people behaves righteously is the better. Is the better person. Again, Sariputta Bhante asked, okay, if someone earns money in order to enjoy sensual pleasures, doing bad things, is he practicing well, or there is someone who is earning money righteously without harming others, cheating others, without telling lies? He earns money to enjoy sensual pleasures. Like we know that lay people, they still can enjoy sensual pleasures in the frame or boundary of the 5 precepts. So they have the abstention from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and using intoxicating drinks and drugs. But still they enjoy sensual pleasures. That's why they are called lay people. And then Dhananjani Brahmin answered, Bhante, Master Sariputta, if someone does bad things in order to help others, he's not the better person. But if someone earns money righteously and practices wholesome way, is the better person here. And even in the case of nourishing and refreshing oneself, doing bad things is not the better person. If someone enjoys sensual pleasures, doing good things is the better person. Dhananjani, Sariputta Bhante again suggested, Dhananjani, there are other kinds of work, profitable and in accordance with the Dhamma. So why don't you try to find such a occupation with right livelihood, and you can support others, you can enjoy sensual pleasures yourself, and at the same time you can avoid doing evil deeds and collect merit. Like Supreme Buddha has preached in many discourses that if a mother or a father or any person earns money righteously, by doing just that job, that person can collect merit. So if your parents are if they spend the whole day working, they don't need to regret. They can think, if they earn money righteously, that practice is praised by the Supreme Buddha. So that is why Sariputta Bhante also here encouraged Brahmin Dhananjani to earn money righteously. And what happens? They earn money and they can fulfill the wishes of the family members and their obligations. At the same time, they can collect merit, because as a lay disciple of the Supreme Buddha, they follow the Supreme Buddha's instruction, earning money righteously. When Sariputta Bhante encouraged like this, the wholesome way of earning money, the Brahmin Dhananjani delighted and rejoiced in the Venerable Sariputta Bhante's words. So this is a key sentence of this sutta. So previously he was doing bad things and he was negligent, right? So he earned money unrighteously. But once Sariputta Bhante preached the Dhamma, encouraging him to do good deeds, follow the precepts, earn money righteously, at the end of that explanation, Dhamma exposition, what kind of mind state did he have? Unhappy mind, rejecting Sariputta Bhante's instructions? No, he delighted and rejoiced. That means he was happy and he agreed with Sariputta Bhante. And he changed his mind. That is why this statement is called a key sentence, key statement in this sutta. Because that moment, because he had some respect and faith in the Sariputta Bhante's words, so that's why he wanted to change his behavior. If somebody doesn't agree to the instructions of a Kalyana Mitta, he won't have a pleasant mind after listening to that advice. That is the difference. He doesn't like that advice, so he doesn't have a happy mind. If one has a happy mind, that means he is ready to accept that advice. So he was very happy. He respected the words of Sariputta Bhante and rose from his seat and departed. So think about how Kalyana Mittas help the people who want to follow the Dhamma. So with this statement of Brahmin Dhananjani, we can think that he might have practiced precepts, he might have found a new job, earned money righteously in a good way, and he might have changed his behavior. On a later occasion, the Brahmin Dhananjani became afflicted, suffering, and gravely ill. This is the danger. When people are healthy, when they are young, They don't think about this wholesome practice. But they don't know, eventually they will get to a point where they have to lie on a bed, gravely ill and suffering with disease. Then Brahmin Dhananjani told a man. So this happened after a couple of years in his life, maybe after some time. Come, good man, go to the Blessed One, pay homage in my name with your head at his feet and say. So now we can understand. He addresses the Supreme Buddha saying the Blessed One, Bhagava. Normally those people who don't have saddha or confidence in the Supreme Buddha address the Blessed One saying Master Gautama or Recluse Gautama. But those who have gone for refuge to the Triple Gem and those who have sufficient faith and confidence in the teacher call the Blessed One. So by the time he got sick, we can understand how Sariputta Bhante has helped him to develop confidence in the Supreme Buddha. Now when he got sick, he just remembered the Blessed One, the teacher, the great teacher, who taught this wholesome way, because he has been practicing that way. Go to the Blessed One, pay homage in my name with your head at the Blessed One's feet, and say, Bhante, the Brahmin Dhananjani is afflicted, suffering and gravely ill. He pays homage with his head at the Blessed One's feet. Then go to the Venerable Sariputta. Then go to Sariputta Bhante, pay homage in my name with your head at Sariputta Bhante's feet, and say, Bhante, the Brahmin Dhananjani is afflicted, suffering and gravely ill. Dhananjani pays homage with his head at Sariputta Bhante's feet, respectfully. Then say thus, it would be good, Bhante, if Sariputta Bhante would come to the house of the Brahmin Dhananjani out of compassion. See here, do you remember how he addressed previously to Sariputta Bhante? Saying Sariputta Bhante or Master Sariputta? Master Sariputta. Now he has changed. Now he addresses saying Sariputta Bhante. That is the difference. Now he has faith. His respect has improved towards Sariputta Bhante. That's what happened. When people practice the Dhamma, they understand things. They understand how unwholesome things are abandoned in their lives because of the help of Kalyana Mittas. At the same time, gratitude, gratefulness, thankfulness toward that Kalyana Mitta who taught the Dhamma, those wholesome qualities, gratitude, thankfulness, those things are also cultivated, improved in their lives. That's a natural law, because they can see how they experience that peace of wholesome practice. Now he has that respect towards Sariputta Bhante, who helped him to escape from bad destinations. That man answered, yes, Venerable Sir. The man replied. And he went to the Blessed One. And after paying homage to the Blessed One, he sat down at one side and delivered his message. What was his message? Dhananjani Brahmin is gravely ill, and he pays homage to the Blessed One with his head at the Blessed One's feet. Then he went to the Venerable Sariputta, and after paying homage to the Sariputta Bhante, he delivered his message, saying again, Brahmin Dhananjani is sick, and he pays homage to Sariputta Bhante with his head at Sariputta Bhante's feet. And he added, saying, "It would be good, Bhante, if Sariputta Bhante would come to the residence of the Brahmin Dhananjani out of compassion." The Venerable Sariputta consented in silence. Yes, Sariputta Bhante accepted the invitation. Think about the compassion and the humility, the humble nature of the chief disciple of the Supreme Buddha. Now Sariputta Bhante himself is ready to go to the residence of Brahmin Dhananjani and meet him. Then Sariputta Bhante dressed and taking his bowl and outer robe, went to the residence of the Brahmin Dhananjani, sat down on a seat made ready, and said to Brahmin Dhananjani, "I hope you are getting well, Brahmin. I hope you are comfortable. I hope your painful feelings are subsiding and not increasing, and that they are subsiding, not their increase, is apparent." And he answered, "Sariputta Bhante, I am not getting well. I am not comfortable. My painful feelings are increasing, not subsiding. Their increase and not their subsiding is apparent." Now he is suffering a lot. And he explains how he suffers, the nature of those piercing, painful feelings. "Just as if a strong man were splitting my head open with a sharp sword, so too violent winds cut through my head. I am not getting well. Painful feelings are increasing. Just as if a strong man were tightening a tough leather strap around my head as a headband, so too there are violent pains in my head. I am not getting well, Bhante. Just as if a skilled butcher were to carve up an ox belly with a sharp butcher's knife, so too violent winds are carving up my belly. I am not getting well, Bhante. Just as if two strong men were to seize a weaker man by both arms and roast him over a pit of hot coals, so too there is a violent burning in my body. I am not getting well, Bhante. I am not comfortable. My painful feelings are increasing and not subsiding." Then Sariputta Bhante understood he is about to die. He is experiencing deadly pain. It's interesting. There is no Pirit chanting there. Very straightforward. Because now maybe Sariputta Bhante had that compassion to help him to escape from bad destinations, because this is the last opportunity. Yes. So directly Sariputta Bhante started Bhante's preaching. "What do you think, Dhananjani? Which is better, hell or the animal realm?" Sariputta Bhante started from hell, from the lowest bad destination. Which is better? And Dhananjani answered, "Bhante, the animal realm is better." Sariputta Bhante asks further, "Which is better, the animal realm or the realm of ghosts?" "The realm of ghosts, Sariputta Bhante." "Which is better, the realm of ghosts or the realm of human beings?" So this is the sequence of worlds, bad worlds, good worlds. Which is better, the realm of the human beings, Sariputta Bhante. "Which is better, human beings or the gods of the heaven of the four great kings, Chatu Maharajika heaven. Which is better? And he answered, Chatu Maharajika heaven is better, Bhante. Which is better? The Chatu Maharajika heaven or the heaven of the 33, the Tavatinsa heaven? Tavatinsa heaven is better, Bhante. So now we can understand he had learned these things. Otherwise, how could he known these things, like about this heavenly world and these heavenly worlds are better than other worlds? How could have we understood those things? So he had heard Dhamma to some extent. Sariputta Bhante asked further, which is better, Dhananjani? The Tavatinsa heaven or the Yama heaven? Yama heaven is better, Bhante. Which is better? Yama heaven or the Tusita heaven? Tusita heaven is better, Bhante. Which is better? The Tusita heaven or the gods who delight in creating? Nimmana Rati heaven. Nimmana Rati heaven is better, Bhante. Which is better? Nimmana Rati heaven or the gods who wield power over others? That means Paranimmita Vasavati heaven. Which is better? Paranimmita Vasavati heaven is better, Bhante. Now, from hell to animal world, from animal world to ghost world, from ghost world to human world. This is the order. From the the worst world to the the happy worlds, heavenly worlds. From human world to, from ghost world to human world, from human world to sensual heavenly worlds. Okay. What do you think, Dhananjani? Which is better? The Paranimita Vasavati heaven, the last heaven, the sensual heaven, or Brahma world? Sariputta Bhante, the Brahma world is better. Yes, and when he heard the word Brahma world, he was very happy. And he told, Master Sariputta said the Brahma world, Master Sariputta said Brahma world. And he was very happy. Why? He was a Brahmin. And he was a Brahmin and he had that, the foundation of the Brahmin's religion, and he had been, he had some faith in that by that time, and he didn't have, we can understand he hadn't achieved any paths and fruits of the teachings of the Supreme Buddha, the enlightenment, this path. But at that time he just remembered that very common and famous world, Brahma world. Then the Venerable Sariputta thought, these Brahmins are devoted to the Brahma world. These Brahmins like the Brahma world very much. And they wish to go to the company of Brahmas. Sariputta Bhante concluded like that. Suppose I teach the Brahmin Dhananjani the path to the company of Brahma. If I were to teach the way to go to the Brahma world, to be reborn in the Brahma world, he would be very happy. That is how Sariputta Bhante thought. And Sariputta Bhante told Brahmin Dhananjani, Dhananjani, okay, then I shall teach you the path to the company of Brahma. Now I am going to teach you the path to be reborn in Brahma world. Now think about how was he living in the past, doing bad things and heading toward hell. And then Sariputta Bhante went there and explained him the Dhamma, about the righteous way and how to escape from hell, and that no one can help you when you go to hell. So like that Sariputta Bhante gradually took him to the Dhamma path, and now Sariputta Bhante is going to help him to go to a very higher level, to the Brahma world. That is the blessing of the association of Kalyana Mittas. Listen and attend closely to what I shall say. Yes, sir, Dhananjani replied. Sariputta Bhante said this. Now Sariputta, this is the path to be born in the Brahma world. So, does Supreme Buddha encourage his disciples to be born just in the Brahma world, or to go beyond that? To go beyond that, right? To attain Nibbana. Nibbana is the highest happiness. So Supreme Buddha teaches the Dhamma with that sole intention to escape from this cycle, whole cycle, from all worlds by attaining Nibbana. So the ultimate goal of this Dhamma practice is not to be born in the Brahma world, but to escape from this whole cycle of rebirth. But here Sariputta Bhante had to think about that Brahmin's condition and how he lived. And so that's how Sariputta Bhante felt. What is the path to company of Brahma? Here, Dhananjani, a bhikkhu abides pervading 1/4 with a mind imbued with loving kindness. Likewise the second, likewise the third, likewise the fourth, so above, below, around and everywhere, and to all as to himself, he abides pervading the all-encompassing world with a mind imbued with loving kindness, abundant, exalted, immeasurable, without hostility and without ill will. This is the path to the company of Brahma. What is the way to be born in the Brahma world? Doing loving kindness meditation. Spreading loving kindness to all beings in all directions, as to himself and to others, without hostility, ill will and anger. With the thoughts of loving kindness, may all beings be free from anger, may all beings be free from ill will, be free from jealousy, be free from suffering. Like we do that loving kindness meditation, right? So that's not a simple meditation then. It directly leads to Brahma world, a very higher world. Passing all the lower worlds, human world, heavenly worlds, it leads to the rebirth of a higher Brahma world. Not only loving kindness meditation, Sariputta Bhante explains again Dhananjani, one can spread compassion, the Karuna meditation, to all beings in all directions, above, below, southern, northern, eastern, western, to all the directions, sub-directions. And that is, this too is the path to company of Brahma. Or one can practice Karuna meditation, thinking, may all beings be free from suffering, be free from mental suffering, be free from physical suffering, may all beings be healthy, may they enjoy good health, may no harm come to them. Karuna, compassion. Or one can spread appreciative joy, mudita meditation. This too is the path to be reborn in the Brahma world. Thinking about others' well-being, rejoicing in others' achievements. May they enjoy good health, beauty, happiness, great wealth. May they have happy lives. May they have comfortable things, comfortable houses, comfortable vehicles. May they have peaceful families. Like one rejoices in others' well-being. Very good meditation. Abandoning and eliminating jealousy. Or one can do upekha meditation, spreading thoughts of equanimity, thinking about the that all beings are owners of their karma. Karma is their inheritance. Karuna meditation. So basically, 4 divine abidings, Brahma Vihara meditations. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekka. Very powerful meditations. The ultimate goal is to be born in the Brahma world. This too is the path to the company of Brahma. And Brahmin Dhananjani listened to that Dhamma very happily. And now he has something to practice. So now, like, it's not like just by a mere wish one can't be reborn in a good world. But here Sariputta Bhante explained the path. What is the path? Doing these meditations. So, and Sariputta Bhante encouraged him to practice these meditations. So lying on the bed, now he might have practiced these meditations. And he told Sariputta Bhante, Bhante, pay homage in my name with your head at the Blessed One's feet and say, Venerable Sir, the Brahmin Dhananjani is suffering and gravely ill. He pays homage with his head at the Blessed One's feet. See, again he remembered the Supreme Buddha. He was grateful to the Supreme Buddha's Dhamma. Then Sariputta Bhante, having established the Brahmin Dhananjani in the inferior Brahma world, rose from his seat and departed, while there was still more to be done. Like in the teachings of the Buddha, even the rebirth in that higher Brahma world is called an inferior rebirth, a low rebirth, low achievement. So, Sariputta Bhante established the Brahmin in a low rebirth. Soon after Sariputta Bhante had left, the Brahmin Dhananjani died and reappeared in the Brahma world. So, think about that. He was heading hell, but he ended up in Brahma world. Because while lying on his dead bed, right, he practiced meditations. Because meditations are very powerful. Okay, now Sariputta Bhante is going to see the Supreme Buddha to explain what happened at the residence of Dhananjani. But Sariputta Bhante didn't know that Brahmin Dhananjani died. That happened after Sariputta Bhante left. Then, now still Sariputta Bhante hadn't come to the presence of the Supreme Buddha, and Sariputta Bhante is on his way. The Blessed One was, the Supreme Buddha was looking at all the incidents happened at the residence of Brahmin Dhananjani, and Supreme Buddha was surrounded by a large gathering of monks and addressed the bhikkhus thus. Bhikkhus, Sariputta, having established the Brahmin Dhananjani in the inferior Brahma world, rose from his seat and departed, while there was still more to be done. Now Sariputta is coming there, encouraging Brahmin to be born in Brahma world. He could have explained him the more Dhamma, but he didn't do. Now he is coming back. Then Sariputta Bhante went to the Blessed One, and after paying homage to the Supreme Buddha, Sariputta Bhante sat down at one side and said, Bhante, the Brahmin Dhananjani is afflicted, suffering and gravely ill. He pays homage with his head at the Blessed One's feet. So he asked Sariputta Bhante to tell that, right? The Supreme Buddha, the all-seeing, the greatest teacher, with the ability to see other people's spiritual development, the faculties. Even Sariputta Bhante didn't have that ability to understand the potential of the Brahmin Dhananjani in realizing the Dhamma. Sariputta Bhante didn't realize that. But Sariputta, Supreme Buddha, knew that if he had heard more Dhamma, he could have achieved higher stages of enlightenment. Supreme Buddha told Sariputta, having established the Brahmin Dhananjani in the inferior Brahma world, why did you rise from your seat and leave while there was still more to be done? You could have explained more Dhamma to him. Because Brahmin Dhananjani didn't become a Sri Mantra, right? He didn't become a Sri Mantra. He didn't become a once returner, non-returner Arhat. He didn't achieve any of the stages of enlightenment. Bhante, I thought thus. These Brahmins are devoted to the Brahma world. Suppose I teach the Brahmin Dhananjani the path to the company of Brahma. That was my conclusion, Bhante. Sariputta, the Brahmin Dhananjani has died and has reappeared in the Brahma world. Oh, when you're on the way, he died, now he is in Brahma world. Supreme Buddha explained everything. And so now we learned about the importance of association of Kalyana Mittas. So may all of us practice the Noble Eightfold Path, practicing insight meditations, serene meditations, and mindfulness. And may all of us achieve the highest happiness, which surpasses all the rebirths in lower worlds, human world, Brahma world, and the highest happiness, the Nibbana, in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.